welcome. Today we're talking about something crucial, architecting the human engine behind AI. Yeah, you heard that right. We're going to break down how you can lead a truly high-performing AI team. And the secret? Well, it's about shifting your focus away from the algorithms and squarely onto the people.
All right, so let's jump right in. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll tackle the real reason most AI projects fail. Then, I've got 3 core blueprints for you: building the right team, getting the right mindset, and setting the right rules. And stick around, because at the end, we'll pull it all together into a simple leadership playbook you can start using, like, tomorrow. Okay, section 1. Let's get straight to the heart of the matter. We're starting with the biggest, most common reason AI initiatives just fall flat. And here's a little spoiler for you. It's probably not what you think. It has almost nothing to do with the tech itself. So let's just ask the question that's probably on your mind. I mean, with all the money, all the talent, all the brain power being poured into AI, why do so many of these projects still crash and burn? Why do they fail to deliver any real bottom-line value? And here it is. The answer is, surprisingly, human. It's almost never because the math is wrong. Think about it. You can have the most brilliant, elegant model in the world, but it is completely useless if the people building it and the people who are supposed to use it are not on the same page. Technical perfection is worth absolutely nothing without human alignment. And this classic scenario, it just illustrates the problem perfectly. Just imagine this. Your data science team, they build a flawless sales prediction model. It's beautiful. But the sales team, the actual end users, they refuse to use it. Why? Because nobody ever asked for their input. So what happens? The project fails. It's technically perfect, but a total practical failure. All because that human element was completely ignored. Okay, so if people are the real key here, then how do we get that part right? Well, that brings us to our first blueprint: assembling the right team from the very beginning. So here's the thing. A successful AI team is not just a room packed with brilliant data scientists. You've got to think of it more like a puzzle. You absolutely need your product managers to define the why, the business goal. You need data scientists to actually build the models. You need engineers to make sure the data pipelines are solid. And, this one's so often forgotten, you need domain experts to explain how the business actually works in the real world. It's a true cross-functional unit. And here's a really great way to think about your role in all this: the construction crew analogy. Right? Your data scientists, they're the carpenters. The domain experts, they're the architects drawing up the plans. And you are the project manager. Your job isn't to pick up a hammer and start nailing boards. Nope. Your job is to make sure the carpenters are following the architect's blueprint and that they have everything they need to get the job done. In one word, your job is alignment. All right, so we've got the team. Now we need to get everyone's head in the right space. And that's blueprint number 2, the mindset. This is all about shifting your priorities from algorithms to outcomes. And this right here shows the huge difference. An algorithm-driven team, their main question is, how accurate is the model? They're focused on those technical metrics. But an outcome-driven team, they ask a much better, much more powerful question: how does this help the customer? See the difference? It's a massive shift from just chasing technical perfection to delivering real, tangible value. This whole outcome-driven approach is really all about servant leadership. Your primary job isn't to command and control. It's to enable your team. Your focus becomes hunting down and removing blockers. All those frustrating things like delays in getting data access or total confusion over who's supposed to make a call. You clear the path so your experts can do what they do best. And speaking of blockers, one of the biggest ones you'll ever face is just unclear rules. No one knows who's supposed to decide what. Which brings us perfectly to our third and final blueprint: creating a clear decision architecture. This is how you give your team the clarity they need to move fast. So what is a decision architecture? It's really just a simple framework that spells out exactly who has the authority to make which key decisions at each stage. For example, the business lead signs off on the definition of success. The data owner approves the data quality. Operations gives the green light for a pilot. It completely removes that ambiguity and gets rid of those awful bottlenecks where the whole project grinds to a halt because nobody knows who's in charge. Okay, let's make this real. Here's a quick scenario. Imagine you're leading a brand new fraud detection team. You've got Sarah, who's the business lead. You've got Raj, your data scientist. And you've got Mike, the risk officer. 3 key players. So, here's a little pop quiz for you. Who gets to make which call? You've got 3 big decisions. A, approving the financial risk level. B, actually building the algorithm, and C, defining the customer goal. So, who decides what? Match the person to their decision. All right, pencils down. Here's how it should line up. Mike, our risk officer, he gets decision A, approving the financial risk. That's his domain. Raj, the data scientist, he's on decision B. He's the one building the model. And Sarah, the business lead, she owns decision C, defining what success even looks like for the customer. See how that works? When you have these clear lanes, the right expert makes the right call. It prevents costly mistakes, and most importantly, it keeps things moving. Okay, so we've covered the team, the mindset, and the rules. What does this all mean for you? How can you actually put this stuff into practice? Well, here you go. Here is a super simple, actionable playbook that you can use literally in your very next meeting. Let's call this the blocker check. It's just 3 questions. In your next meeting with your team, I want you to ask them this. Number 1, who needs to approve your next step? That question right there, it instantly clarifies your decision architecture. Number 2, what data are you waiting for? That's how you sniff out the immediate blockers. And finally, number 3, how does this task help the customer? And that one, that's the big one. It aligns everyone back to the real outcome. So let's end with one final thought that really brings this all home. Remember our construction crew? Your team of brilliant data scientists, they can build a perfect, flawless, incredibly strong wall. But your job as their leader is to make absolutely certain that they are not building that perfect wall in the wrong place. And that is the true art of leading high-performing AI teams.